still. Oh,
Ooh, we're live. Hi, everybody. We're experimenting. Welcome to our experiment.
I'm just learning Streamyard to anybody who's watching.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm telling the Discord that we're this. So do you wanna try switching out things?
Yeah.
Hey, Clinton.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah.
Boom.
Ooh.
Hey. Like
then,
that.
And
Wait,
then I'm going to go on a
what?
long monologue, so you'll want to single on me. Oh,
Nope.
wait, that's you.
Oh, it's still me.
Yeah.
How do I get you there?
Good question. Oh, I think you'll have to go down, so it'll default to you in those commands underneath. So you'll have to click on the solo layout button that's down in my little thumbnail to get to me. I'm sure there's easier ways to do this that Joe can tell you.
Wait, but it's still like, do you see when I do this?
Yeah.
It's still, it just goes solo to you.
Yeah. That's the solo me. And then, yeah, how do you get me with, yeah, I don't know.
Cinema layout. What's that? Okay. Sorry, we're just trying to figure this out.
Jeremy, drag and drop. Hey, Technomensch, good to see you on a weekend.
Is it a drag and drop? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wait. Well,
yeah. You'll want to get Joe's input on the best way to do these.
Right, because like I'm gonna want a lot of the times probably like Sarah. I would want Sarah in there.
Yeah, you're gonna want to not have it always choosing you. So like, hold on, I'm gonna do it. If I choose solo layout, it chooses you, and if I choose
it does.
It chooses me, and if I choose
as a wide.
Yeah. So you could go two shot, solo,
oh, wait.
two shot.
I think you can have another. I think you can add a new layout.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
I'm gonna do this live. Let's see what happens. Media shot. Oh, geez, you have to like move it around. Okay, hold on. I'm just. Can everybody can see this, right?
Yeah. Well, they can't see anything but what's the two camera shots. They don't see your interface.
Right. Oh, see, I don't want me.
Hey,
I want
everybody.
You.
Hey, TF87.
How do I change?
Oh, Jeremy says you can drag hosts to the window. Drag Tom over you.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Jeremy. I thought you were just because most YouTube comments aren't helpful. I assumed yours wasn't. I apologize.
Really? Just drag? It's not. He's not dragging. Interesting.
There's got to be a way to grab him. Oh, how did I do that? So on the screen.
Oh, yeah, but if I'm solo, how do I drag you? You're not here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure there's a way. And again, Joe would probably be like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Forgive me, everybody. I'm just pressing buttons because it's fun.
Woohoo.
The last time I did live switching was on the TriCaster, so this is different. I don't know.
And honestly, most of the time, you can just keep two people up.
Yeah.
And just go solo, two, and then occasional two shot with the screens.
Yeah. But if I wanted to go solo to you from here...
You choose solo layout on me.
I see. That's right. That's right. Okay. I have to remember this. Well, it won't be perfect the first time, but
that's how you learn. But at least now you know what questions to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. There we go. Look, we're chatting.
Hi. Hi. What's up? Wrong direction.
All right.
Okay, so what are we streaming? We should talk about My Demon and Samdal-ri and Nana Tour and new G Idol video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anything else?
Well, we'll see.
YouTube comments aren't useful as the name of my cover band. That's funny. Thanks for your help, Jeremy. That was definitely helpful. Okay. I'll put this in the comments for folks. Hey, John. Nice to see you. Oh, it didn't put my line breaks. Boo. So, My Demon.
Is anybody watching My Demon? Anybody watching K-drama? You're just going to listen to us talk
which is fine. If you're just here to hear us chat, that's fine.
They might get lost.
Eileen's worried that you're going to be bored, and I'm not. Abechuela con dulce. What are you doing here? Good to see you.
Yes. Let's talk about My Demon. So My Demon is a K-drama on Netflix, and it just ended. The finale was last night. It's a 16-episode run, and it ran weekly. I don't know, since end of November. They had a couple weeks that they were on a break for like Christmas week and New Year's or something like that. But I think I was satisfied with the ending. I gave it a 8 out of 10. I think because I've watched so many K-dramas, I thought there was some real creativity at the beginning of the show. And then towards the middle, I was like, oh, okay. It's going there. Also, I was really hoping for a surprise for the villain, and that didn't happen. But that's okay too. There was really no redemption for the villain. Not that we really needed that, but I guess I'm just always looking for a creative surprise. And I thought the show was really creatively presented. And then at the end of the day, it was the villain that we thought, and then, you know, an ending that I think, and sorry, I was reading a comment, an ending that, you know, is just a good ending.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm a little more forgiving, and I'd go 9 because it was so much fun and the acting's so good, and there's some really great parts, and I know we talked about this while we were watching it last night, but I teared up a little at the end.
He did.
And so it got me, but I agree with you that I was expecting one more twist. Not that we didn't have twists, but I was expecting one more. And so there was a part of me, it's like, oh, okay, they kind of let that down. Also, this is a very minor spoiler, but the office worker who was like, I didn't get a boyfriend before the end of the year. I was like, why did you even bother with that little sketch? I guess to show that she had family and the 2 other coworkers, but I thought we were going to get one more shoe drop on that. Not that it was important or anything, but that was one little string I felt was left dangling a little bit.
No, I agree.
But honestly, like if that's what I'm picking on, that's virtually nothing.
Right. So anyways, this is the show that we're talking about, My Demon. This is our demon. This is our real life human.
And he's now either in the military or about to go in the military. We're not
in real life.
In real life. Yeah, right.
This actor, not the demon, like the demon character is going to go into the military. But I use this MyDramaList.com to track my shows, and I often use it for recommendations too. And these are all the shows I've watched, you guys, like Chinese, Korean. Yeah, I've watched so many since 2018. And I've been doing a pretty good job tracking them all. And I always look at the rating here. And an 8.5 is a decent rating. Anything 8.5 and above is pretty darn good, and you should give it a shot. If it's below 8.5, that's when you're like, well, do I like the actor? Do I like just the premise? I could forgive things that may not be amazing, but just, going into it. Now, if you're watching live, you don't know. You're just going along with everybody else.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know, maybe I might want to watch My Demon, I can safely say that at an 8.5, this could be worth your while if you like fantasy, if you like fantasy romance, and stuff like that. But if this is not, like, look at here, you could see the genres too.
Uh-huh.
Like, if this is not your genre, if you only want political dramas, do not go here. Do not watch this. This is giving you everything that you need to know as a primer before watching. And then you have to be careful though, because when you start scrolling down, you'll see reviews.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this person did not like it. 5.0 for the story. Oh,
or you'll get spoilers in the reviews sometimes too.
Well, and there's also comments, and then there's comments here that could give you spoilers, but there's also these reveal spoilers too. So I don't know.
Does it say TF87 has a good point? Because I run into this with a lot of people who are like, I love K-dramas, but not a big fan of subtitles. Does it say on there whether they're dubbed or not? Because Netflix dubs a lot of stuff these days. I don't know if it does.
I don't know if it does. But if it's on Netflix, you could pretty much be guaranteed that it will.
I'd say 90%.
Yeah, 90%. Sure. Yeah. And then, you get episode guides here. Wow. This is the average ratings. Oh, interesting. I haven't used this in a while. Cast and crew info, even the director and the writer, they may have some images. They may have directed other shows. All the reviews, recommendations. Interesting.
Would you say?
Oh, I can make recommendations.
What's that?
I'm like, is this mine? No, I didn't write that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. And
would you
say
that like an 8 is minimum, or some 7's okay?
I
Ratings
have
wise.
watched shows that have gone into the 7s and I still enjoy it, but that's just me. So if you are just looking, I would avoid the 7s and go with anything 8 and above, just if you don't know anything about it. Now, if you just like it and it happens to be in the 7s, that's okay. Right. That's because you like it and that you have every right to like it. Doesn't mean you have to agree with everybody. So yeah, I really like using this. Oh, and then as a tracker, as you can see my list here.
Yeah, if you log in.
If you log in, and you could see here, these are what I'm currently watching. And then I try and keep my progress up. Like, we just finished Samdal-ri, so I haven't finished that. So I'm gonna. You can see this live.
You live track it.
I'm going to live track it for you guys. So when I go into completed, I like to also, I forgot to put the start date. I always forget sometimes, but at least do the finish date so I know when I finish the show. And I am going to give it an 8.0 as well. I used to be really generous of my ratings, and I feel like I need to go back and re-rate.
Oh, and like adjust
some of my older. Yeah.
You were too nice.
Then I'm going to hit submit. And now it should not, if I reload my list, it is, well, hold on. Is it not reloading? Oh, yeah, it's
there
gone.
It goes.
So now these are the only 3 that I'm watching. Marry My Husband is fantastic. It's live right now. But yeah, Samdal-ri we just finished. And then you just watched me finish the rating for me. Where am I? Where's My Demon? Okay, let me go back to that.
Yeah, I'm looking up to see if it's dubbed. I'm like on.
Oh,
Netflix.
Are you looking? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But here you've got a lot of details when it debuted, the airing. When, oftentimes MyDramaList will know when it's ending, when it airs. How you can watch is also important too, because there's some dramas here. Where to watch My Demon? There's some dramas that I've been tracking that it's still not available. Like, let me see. The one that I really see, and there's categories here. Currently watching, completed. I have a lot completed. Plan to watch, which I have a lot planned to watch. I'm never going to get through all of them. On hold, and then flat out dropped. There's some that I'm just like, nope, not going to watch.
My Demon, not dubbed.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
no.
Interesting. Maybe at some point though. Let's see. What's one that I wanted to see? I forgot the name. Should I just look up IU? Let's see. IU.
Oh, the one that we've been hunting forever.
I cannot find it.
Yeah.
Translated in English. Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart, Rio. I really want to watch that, right? And it's only now it's here. Oh, it's free. SBS VOD free? What does that mean?
That means if you're in Korea on SBS, you can watch it for free.
You could buy the DVD, I guess, or
Yeah.
or I could VPN into Korea Netflix, but I won't have any subtitles, so then I won't understand.
I see Techno mentioned in Tracked, which I also use. The thing about my drama list is it's like way more comprehensive on Asian dramas because it's specifically for Korean and Chinese dramas and a few other areas.
And the community too is like they know, they've all watched, so I can trust.
I've had trouble with Tracked where listings are incorrect or incomplete, and that doesn't have the reviews and community aspect of it. It doesn't always have all the actors listed. Because it's pulling from IMDb, which doesn't always have all the actors listed. So Tracked is great and I totally use it, but my drama list is kind of supplementary if you're into K-dramas, that you're going to get more from it.
Yeah, I just like to have a community that I know these are avid Asian drama watchers, and I prefer to have the conversation. If it's a little more broad, you're going to get less of that, and I just don't care. So,
and I think it's if you're like, oh, I really liked the person who played the demon, or I like the person who played Dodo Hee, you can use my drama list to find very easily everything they've been in. Whereas IMDb kind of has that, but not always. Like it's not always complete.
So here's our demon, and he's also in Sweet Home. If you've watched Sweet Home, he is one of the monsters. And then you could see the rest of he also played a ballet. It's not a ballerina. What do you call a guy? A ballet dancer. Anyway, he plays a ballet dancer and who befriends an old man and teaches this ajusi how to dance.
Nice.
And it's a very heartwarming, another heartwarming one, but he actually really trained, to get some, ballet techniques, and his body is really great. So and he's so tall. It's just it looks great. Anyway, that's a good one. And it's highly rated at 8.9 because it was that good. Yep. Yeah. And so you could see everything. Like he debuted in this Hello Spring in 2015. And then you could see, and it's going to stop here because he's got to go to the military. And they have like a little bio. You could see even a movie that he's been in, or any TV shows, variety shows that he's been in. He was the main host of Inkigayo in 2018. Wow. I didn't
really?
know that. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. For a good almost, 10 months there. That's pretty good. A lot of the actors host a lot of the music shows too. Oh, and then they've got articles that are about him, or if he's tangentially mentioned, they'll link to that too. And then, that's what I like about my drama list. It's just, to me, if you're really into Asian dramas in general, and if you go into the homepage, you'll see, let's scroll down a bit. These are the top shows. Oh yeah, of course, Marry My Husband is number 1 right now with the My Drama List because it's that good. And this is Korea, and then you could tab in China. My Boss is the one that everybody's watching right now, and these are current shows on the air. If it's already off the air, it won't be on this tracker anymore. Or if it's a Netflix and you just binge the show, it won't ever show up on this list because this is for top airing shows. And then there's Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand. So they cover a lot of Asian countries, which is awesome if you're very interested in, maybe you don't want to watch a Korean drama, but you're like, oh, what's going on in Thailand? Okay, well, they're watching Last Twilight, whatever that is. And then you could go in here and look. So, and then you could see the top upcoming shows as predicted by the community on My Drama List. This is kind of where I start to try. Oh, Killer Paradox. Yeah, this is one we should probably add because it's what's his face from Parasite, the son.
The Wuga clan guy.
Yeah, Wushik.
Oh, Wushik.
Yeah. And then, this guy, remember this guy, Son Suk-ku? He was the guy in all the beer ads in Korea when we were there.
Oh, right. He was
everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, he's in
that too. Okay. This is a Netflix one?
It's a Netflix one. I don't know if this is a week to week or if this is a, because sometimes they'll just give it to you all binged. It just depends on if it's airing on another network. It may just, I don't know.
A Killer Paradise.
A Killer
Paradox.
Paradox. Lee Tang, an ordinary college student who gets into an argument with a customer during a part-time job at a convenience store at night, unconsciously swings a hammer and kills him. Suffering from guilt and fear of murder, Lee Tang learns one day that the person he killed was a serial killer and slowly realizes that he has a supernatural ability to identify bad seeds. Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer, but I forgot what it was. He soon becomes a dark hero and punishes people who committed unethical evils in the past. We mentioned Wuga Clan, and if you don't know what that is, it is a group of celebrities that are best friends, including Park Seo-joon, who is in Gyeongsung Creatures, V, who is one of my favorites of BTS, and a few others. So anyway, that's why we're interested in that, because we like the guys in the Wuga. It's just their self-proclaimed friendship name.
So this Killer Paradox is coming out February 9th, and it says original network Netflix, so I'm guessing we'll get them all at once.
Actually, speaking of Wuga Clan, this is one of the other members, Dr. Slump Park Hyung-sik. And this is, I don't know if you remember her, Park. She's since we last saw her in Sisyphus. Do you remember Sisyphus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she was in that since she took a little break because she got married, had a baby, and she's back. And in this movie called Dr. Slump, which is also on Netflix, which I'm super excited about, and because I like both of them. And they're basically both doctors who are going in this in different ways, going through their own slumps in their careers.
Oh, we watched the trailer for this. I remember.
Yeah. Remember you were like, oh, I've watched the whole show, because the trailer.
Yeah, because the trailer was so long.
It was like 5 minutes, and it seemed like they gave us the whole story. So this is another good one. I think we're going to want to add. Oh, this one starts on Saturday. So this
starts next weekend.
Replace. Yeah. I wonder if this one replaces one of the two that we're not watching anymore.
Well, it's JTBC. So were the others? Which of the others were JTBC? Because that would make sense.
Samdal-ri was.
So
JTBC.
this replaces Samdal-ri. Yeah, yep. And it's available on Netflix if you're not in Korea, but it'll come out two episodes a week. Two episodes a week because it's airing on JTBC.
Okay, so this is a good one. Let me add. So, and then see here, I'll be like, right, let me remind myself. So I'm going to add this to my list, plan to watch, and just submit. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta do the same for Paradox. So anyway, this is a good way for me to remember, what are some of the newer shows that are coming out? We were just discussing, I don't know, I can't remember, but right, let me go on MyDramaList and it'll tell me. And I had seen both of these trailers. I just forgot. Flex X Cop. What is this? This is on SBS. Can we get it? How do we watch it? Oh, some of these shows we can't watch because they're just not available. We also have Viki, which is this app here. Let's see if I could do Viki.com.
It's from Japan's Rakuten, and
it's Japanese. Okay.
Yeah, Rakuten is a Japanese company, but
sorry, I thought you meant Flex X Cop. No. I was like, what? Okay.
Viki is owned by Rakuten. Rakuten is Japanese, but everything on there is across Asia: China, Thailand, Japan, Korea. Obviously, a bunch of Korean dramas.
Okay, JGJ. I have not gotten a chance to watch any Bollywood just because I've been so in my K-drama. There's so many shows. So we watch all the K-dramas that we mentioned and will be coming. And then we watch a lot of music shows, and we watch a lot of vlogs from our favorite K-pop groups. And so by then I don't have enough time in the day, but I do want to check out some of the Bollywood stuff because it's supposed to be really, really awesome. So hopefully I can, carve out a little bit of time to do that sometime. Let's see here. Queen of Divorce. What is that about? I've totally skipped on talking about My Demon, and we don't even talk about Samdal-ri, but I'm like, what's out? What's coming out? Oh wait, this guy. This is the guy from Extraordinary Woo, the boss that got sick, and also the evil guy in Uncanny Encounter 2.
Season 2, yeah.
Yeah, so he is going to be with her. Lee, what is Lee Ji-ah been in? She looks familiar. She has been in.
Her name sounds familiar
Oh,
too.
Penthouse, My Mister.
My Mister. Okay.
That's where we saw
That's where
her.
I saw her.
I didn't watch Penthouse. I couldn't do it. This is just I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do one of the most popular dramas. It was just too much. It was. Oh, even I couldn't watch it. Meaning it's just so over the top. Like think about soap operas like times 10, like American soap operas times 10, like times 10, like even primetime American drama.
If anybody saw Sky Castle, it's like worse than Sky Castle is what you were telling me.
It's worse. It's worse. Yeah. And Sky Castle is a little what they call makjang genre, but
is Sky Castle considered makjang?
I don't think so. I think it's more drama, but it's just over the top, and like everybody, like you can totally guarantee that most couples are corrupt. It's like one of those like, oh, we saw her die in the explosion in the van, but no, she's alive. Like what? Like, like that. But I don't know. I'm not really explaining it well, but it's just over the top crazy. Okay, so then that's Queen of Divorce. Oh wait, what is it about? Let's see. Queen of Divorce. I didn't even like bother to look at it. Queen of Divorce. I'm guessing he's a divorce lawyer. Is that what this is about? Let's see. Daughter-in-law of the biggest firm in South Korea, but she was betrayed by her husband and lost everything. After that, she began working as a divorce troubleshooter.
Oh, so it's like a marriage counselor.
She is now the team leader of the Divorce Settlement Office Solution. She punishes bad spouses and provides help for this. I mean,
oh no, definitely a divorce lawyer. Okay,
it could be good. It's just he has the nickname German Shepherd. He picked up the nickname because of his persistence and keen intuition. But Ki Jun left the prosecutor's office for an unknown reason. Oh, unknown reason. Da, da, da.
Mystery. Yeah, because we're definitely like at the end of a couple of watches. Well, you're watching Marry My Husband, which I feel like I should have started watching because it sounds great.
It was when you were at CES, and a lot of people on TikTok, they were like, you need to watch Marry My Husband.
Because it's a time travel thing, right?
Yes. So basically, all right, I will talk. Let me talk about this. Is my favorite drama right now. Marry My Husband. I don't know why they decided to upload the horizontal poster. Anyway, she, oh, wow, you can't even change it. Interesting. Anyway, our lead here, her, I forget what her actual, I can't remember what her actual character's name is. She has cancer in the present day, and she's married to someone who is just waiting for her to die and is actually cheating on her behind the scenes with her best friend, like her only friend. And she ends up dying. I'm not going to explain how.
And then Kang Ji-won?
Kang Ji-won? Oh yeah, Ji-won. Ji-won is her name. Yeah.
Okay.
And she last remembers dying, but she wakes up 10 years earlier in 2013 and is seemingly able to live her life all over again. And she is very scared about what's happening, but she decides she's not going to make the same mistakes and is trying to.
If you could do it all over again, kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And then, it in 2013, things weren't that bad and she wasn't sick yet, obviously. And so, so it's just, how does she overcome? Are things going to end up the same? But even if they do, can she just like clean slate and, be rid of the bad things in her life, like her horrible boyfriend? This guy is her horrible boyfriend. But this guy is the guy that you're going to want to like. He's amazing. Yeah, Gio. Anyway, it is 6 episodes.
8.7, not bad.
Yeah, no, everybody loves it. And it's based after a popular manga. So that's how it got a lot of traction. Most of these dramas are based off of a manga, but this one is supposedly something that was like really, really, really popular. And
there's manga and there's webtoon. So I think manga is like a little higher.
No, this is webtoon. Sorry, webtoon.
This is a webtoon?
Webtoon.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone that I know on TikTok said so far she's very much enjoying this show as a fan of the webtoon. And then I've seen, because I posted a little bit on Instagram about it, and some people are like, well, I'm kind of disappointed they went this way. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Okay, sorry for you. I'm not going to read the webtoon. Sometimes
that always happens though. There's always somebody who read the book or the webtoon or whatever who's like, it's not exactly the same. It's kind of way of the world.
And I mean, after a drama and I really like it, I always want to, and then I never do.
You never go.
So I'm just well, no, I just don't bother reading the webtoon like I thought I might, because I just wanted to read it and relive the story, even if it was a little bit different. I've moved on to the next drama. Anyway, she's one of my favorite actresses, Park Min-young. I've seen her in so many K-dramas, including one of my most favorite K-dramas ever, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, which is a romantic office drama with our Wooga clan member, Park Seo-joon. Anyway, and it's getting a lot of buzz right now. And if you are BTS Army, they used BTS in a way that was very essential to the plot. Like, it wasn't just, I like listening to them, or like just playing a song of theirs. BTS was a very important plot point to this show, and all Army went crazy who was watching this.
Well,
like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
She goes back to 2013, right?
Yeah.
And if you're Army, you know that 2013
is when they debuted.
BTS debuted. So, we won't spoil the moment for you, but obviously there are things that would happen in 2013, not even just their debut, that would indicate, you're from this year. And there are things you might know about BTS that if you let slip would indicate their future.
Yeah. And, it's an innocent thing to know their discography, but she does because she's a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyone else from the future might recognize their discography.
Could there be other people from the future living in 2013?
Who's to say?
Anyway, that's what's so amazing about this. And also it's a I don't want to say typical, but it is. I've watched so many revenge plots lately, and this is one of them. This
feels
revenge.
Very Reborn Rich to me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happens at the end. I'm not sure if she will eventually die, but she's just going to live her life and make sure that it is left in a better state than when she left it before. Because her character, when she dies, was not only sick, but she was also meek. Like, she just let people walk over her. And in this version, you could see her like slowly, and not like suddenly, but just slowly go, wait a minute, I'm not going to take that from you. She's lived a bit to know that she can do things and not be taken advantage of.
Yeah. Well, it's that benefit of experience. If you could do it all over again, would you do it the same again? Going back to that premise, it's kind of cool. Exactly. Twinkling Watermelon, I guess, is similar, although we're only partway through watching that.
This is supposed to be really, really good, and we're only 2 episodes in, and it's also another time travel story. And I'm like, I've already forgotten exactly what's going on.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there are others out there that are kind of in that same vein of, like, if you could go back and do it all over again, knowing what you know now. That seems to be a popular theme in a lot of these.
Exactly. Yeah. So, anyway, we like those time travel type stories, and
I'm a sucker for the time travel stuff. I really like that. That's why I'm jealous. Maybe I'll try to. Should I catch up, or should I just jump in?
Catch up, but I'm not going to wait for you. So if you can't watch a Monday or Tuesday, I'm not waiting. Sorry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, should I catch up, or should I just jump in the middle?
But you won't care about you'll be confused. We're 6 episodes in. There's so much that's happened. Right. And it's one of those, like, I feel starting to get complicated time travel stories. So if you don't know, you'll be like, what? I mean, it's very obvious who's bad and who's good, but there's a certain sense of satisfaction when certain things happen that I think you should see, even though, it's kind of, I don't know, obvious.
You're saying it's worth not skipping. Like it's not the kind of show where you can like, if you just know a couple of facts, you're fine. Like it's worth going back and watching it all.
I think so. It's only 6 episodes. They're not an hour and a half.
This happened with Business Proposal too, where you watched the whole thing and then I had to go back and watch it on my own because it was so good.
That's definitely one of my favorite ever. And when you started watching it, I'm like, I'll watch it again. I love it that much. I mean, I didn't watch it as carefully the second time with you, but when you were watching, I'd sit down and go, that's parcel. Oh, I had to be careful not to say anything.
I know. You were like having to keep yourself quiet because you're like, yeah.
It's so good.
That was funny. So any other thoughts on My Demon? I guess not.
You tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's a if you like Tales of the Gumiho, it's got a very Goblin-like feel, but I would never put it in the same class. It's Goblin is in a class by itself, but
I don't know.
My Tales of the Gumiho,
we should equate it to something more Western, I guess. I don't know. Like
why?
Would you just so that people who don't watch K-dramas can understand how it's comparable? No?
Yeah. I don't know what to compare it to, though.
I don't either.
I assume there's some people who know these shows or have tried these shows, especially something like Goblin. But yeah, in Western terms, I don't even know. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's very religious, which I was surprised by. It's very Christian, like it's in the Christian mythology. So, and when I say that, I don't mean it's like preachy or anything, but it's like, like there's a lot of references to Christian mythology and Christian beliefs, and there's a priest, and one of the relatives of one of the main character converts to Catholicism at one point to try to win points and that kind of thing. So it's interesting in that way. So it's very much like, this is a demon, but there's a god character, which is kind of funny. It's an interesting take on
true.
God. Yeah.
True.
And I feel like it's a good, I would compare it to Tales of Gumiho because Gumiho was Nine-Tailed Fox, Eastern mythology, not even Buddhist mythology, just Eastern mythology in general. Whereas My Demon is very Western mythology, demons and gods and angels and stuff like that.
Sorry, I'm trying. I was just like, I could show a comment like that. I didn't.
Yeah, you could just tap on it, but then don't lose it because.
What do you mean?
Because if it scrolls all the way up, then you have to go find it to unhide it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not scrolling that fast in our chat right now, so it's not a big deal. But if you do have like lots of people chatting, it can get away from you.
Oh, but like, see, I could do this where it's like, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, still learning StreamYard. Okay.
Let's talk about Samdal-ri then. Samdal-ri is a very like hometowny show. It's a love story.
Yeah.
And I think for people who aren't as familiar with K-dramas, very much a story about the bubble of the internet and outrage culture and canceling people and stuff is a huge theme here too.
Yeah, for sure. I think Samdal-ri, we call it a comfort watch.
Yeah,
it is one of those like heartwarming dramas that, although our lead actor here, let me get her name right. Shin Hee-sun. She plays Samdal-ri.
Cho Samdal.
And she is a photographer in the big city of Seoul and gets caught in this bullying scandal, which is totally untrue, but nobody wants to believe her. Surprise, surprise. The media runs with, what they think is true without getting all the facts. And then
everybody cancels her on social media and all
she gets canceled. She loses her job. She had an exhibition. She's a famous photographer and gets caught up. Her assistant supposedly tries to end her life because of this bullying from her. And so Samdal decides to leave Seoul and take a break from everything. She lives with her sisters, and her sisters are going through some stuff, and they all decide to go back to Jeju Island, which is where they grew up, and in particular a place, a suburb or a city called Samdal-ri. And her parents they're shocked that she's back, and she basically was kind of hiding from the town for the longest time because of some broken relationships with her ex here. And her ex's family, her family and his family were tight. And then there was an incident involving his mother when she died that caused a rift between both families. And then, so it's basically sort of like the theme is returning home and finding yourself again, and also reconnecting, with people who probably value you the most, and just she's finding herself again through this whole process, and also trying to there are things that will happen that will help her recover from this cancellation. And it's
a show with a lot of heart.
It's a show with a lot of heart.
Very much a feel good, what's important is family, and not even, your related family, although that's part of it, but also your found family, your friends, your community, the Hanyos who dive in and, literally dive in the sea and collect shellfish. It's a very small town community feel good story.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. So it's, I think I kind of want to give it an 8.5, but we've seen so many other dramas like this. And there's one in particular, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, which is our favorite, my favorite, your favorite, one of our, and when I mean favorite, where is it? Cha-Cha Hometown. Why can't I? Oh, here it is. When I mean favorite, this show, we are potentially thinking that a future trip in Korea, we would go find the locations of this show.
That's when we were in Korea this year, we kept going oh, is that where the lighthouse is? Is that where we should go over to where the lighthouse is?
Yeah, but we didn't. And a lot of people, this show was so popular that the city where it was filmed, they left some of the movie or some of the show props up. And you can go visit, just look from the outside.
Yeah. The dentist office, right? Is still the signage is still up and stuff.
The cafe.
Yeah.
There's just, anyway, this is the ultimate if you're thinking about a show about community. And there's if you want a show where there is a lot of characters, even though these are the two main characters, all of them matter. And it's really well written, and another heartwarming thing. But this is the current version of that. It's not as good, but it's good. It's good. So, I think with Samdal-ri, I don't know. I shouldn't give it an 8.5 if I gave My Demon an 8.0, because they're both kind of in the same. I think I should go 8.0 for this as well.
I feel the same. I gave My Demon a 9, so that's easier for me. But I would give Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha at least an 8.5, if not a 9. And
by the way, a lot of people were giving My Demon 10s. I was watching a bunch of TikTokers. I'm like, 10, really? You've never seen
perfect.
Better
you can
than
never
that?
give anything a 10. Come on, calm yourselves.
I can. Crash Landing on You is a 10.
Okay.
My
but that's it, right?
Rating,
you're very sparing with it.
No, my personal rating, because of how important it is to me to kicking off my love of K-dramas, I will give Goblin a 10 because that. But I don't expect everybody to do that. I never do.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody should give Crash Landing on You, Into You a 10. Period. That is elite standard of K-dramas. I feel like I need to rewatch it to remember how good it is, but I just know, in my heart of hearts, that was the standard. Yeah. Oh, major spoilers.
Steven, good to see you, Steven.
let me do this here. My wife is watching and enjoying Boys Over Flowers. So that is a guilty pleasure show. That show when it aired, I think it was 2010, 2011. I don't know when it originally aired. It was that early. That was like the show in Korea. And the lead actor, he became
2009.
The lead actor became a home, like his stardom blew up, and he's still one of the most sought after actors today. He was in Pachinko, most notably in the last several years. He's kind of slowed down since coming back from the military. He has only been doing like, it's the Thai version that she's binging. See, so Boys Over Flowers, the very first Asian drama I actually watched was the Chinese version of this, Meteor Garden, but it wasn't the original. The original Meteor Garden was from Taiwan, and that was in 2006 or something. I watched the Chinese mainland version from 2018. That was my very first Asian drama.
How many versions of Boys Over Flowers are there?
So many. There's the Japanese and there's the Thai. There's so, like, this has been
there's Boys Over Flowers, then there's Meteor Garden, then there's Boys Over Flowers in multiple countries. Yeah.
So Meteor Garden was from Taiwan was first.
Okay.
And then I don't know what came next, but then the next big one was Korea's
Boys Over
Flower. They changed the title, but it's the same story, basically.
Same story.
So I ended up watching Boys Over Flowers later, and I mean, like maybe a year later, because I was like, I should watch it because I'm starting to watch K-dramas, and I'm like, oh, and there was a lot of the same plot points. They had changed the names, and it's obviously in Korea versus China or Taiwan, so there's going to be a little bit of different. But I ended up watching the Chinese mainland version first. So basically China rebooted Meteor Garden. It has all the same names from the original Taiwan version, as you can understand, but they just updated it for the modern age, and I really enjoyed it, even though it was, honestly, I look back and I'm like, it's not that good. And sorry, neither is Boys Over Flowers. You had nothing to compare it to yet. So. I had nothing to compare it to, and when I watched Boys Over Flowers, I was like, oh god, I still enjoyed it, even though I was cringing half the time. So it's just, you could read the synopsis for Boys Over Flowers, and you know, it's a high school drama, and yeah, I think
coming of age, interrelationships. Who should I like?
There will always be a need for that kind of story, and this in particular, this Boys Over Flowers story, it feels like there will always be a version of it somewhere. So,
we had just gone through the move into this house, and we were super stressed out. And so this was your like take your mind off the hook watch.
Meteor Garden. So as I look back, it is not one of the best Chinese dramas I've ever seen, but it just helped me get into it. And I was like, oh, cool, high schoolers. And, you know, I think they were in Singapore. I don't know where, not Singapore, Shanghai. And I was like, this is kind of fun. And then that launched me into watching a lot of Asian dramas from there on out, Chinese and Korean mostly.
Yeah, you started watching more Chinese dramas. Not that you don't still watch some, but it over time it shifted to be more Korean dramas.
Yeah, I think what happened was I was really into wuxia and zhansha, but I also liked, you know, like the teen dramas and stuff, and then I was interested in learning Mandarin. But then I always knew that, like, people are still talking about K-dramas. And then slowly I started, once I watched Goblin, which was not even a year, probably just like 6 months later after watching Meteor Garden, then I was like, wait a minute. And then, yeah.
Well, and the Chinese dramas, especially the wuxia, the fantasy ones, like, you know, the sword fighting and all of that, those are like 40, 50 episodes, sometimes even 60 episodes long. So
long.
When you start one, you're committed. True, okay, they're 45 minutes, but like a Korean drama is only like 16 or 20, and even though there can be like an hour and a half sometimes, that's still less than the 40 or 50.
Okay, so a Chinese drama is like for air about 45 minutes because they have ads, but 2 minutes at the top is the theme song.
True.
2 minutes at the bottom.
You can knock another 4 off.
The ending theme song. So you can knock 4. So it's really 40 minutes, honestly.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And it flies. That's why they are able to make.
And Korean dramas on Netflix are shorter now. They're like an hour or less, but like traditional broadcast are definitely like an hour and 15, if not an hour and a half per episode.
Yeah. So you're watching basically a movie, which now movies are 3 hours, and I can't do movies. I can't do them anymore. Like
Samdal-ri is listed as 16 episodes of an hour and 10 minutes.
I know, but I'll watch 2 episodes of that instead of going to see a movie. And I think maybe it's because of episodic television and you get to know the characters more. And I also don't like going to movie theaters anymore. Yeah, I'm one of those. But it's not that I won't go to a movie theater.
What does that mean?
It's just because there's a lot of us now that don't even bother going like, oh, I'll just wait for it to come.
I didn't know it was like like you get branded as one of those people. I thought it was.
You do. We're one of those. I'm one of those. There's definitely a branding of like, oh, you don't go. Or there's also, oh, you still go?
Yeah. I don't buy into that. It's just your taste. It's your personal taste. You don't want to go to the theater.
Yeah. Also, it's just now. A year from now, I might be like,
you might change.
Theater.
And it's not like you refuse to go. We've gone to see a few movies. So
yeah. Okay. Major spoilers. So also, poor movie experiences keep me away. How expensive is popcorn and drinks, and how much do you want to eat those when you go and you smell it? You're like, and then I feel bad after I eat it, and bad because I spent too much money on this crap.
But we don't. I don't know if this is what Steven's saying or not, but a lot of people are like, oh, it's just loud, and the film projector is broken, and people talk. I don't feel like we have that experience where it's distracting.
Because we're not. We don't go to like Hollywood to watch,
Yeah. It depends on where you go.
Even though we live in LA, we're not going down to Hollywood to watch the movies. We're, in the suburbs. So I think, but also like part of the experience is like getting to the theater in LA. Even 10 minutes from our house is like, because there could be an accident, or I don't know.
Parking is a pain sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. Every little inconvenience, I'm like, it's so much easier to stay at home and just watch the movie. Although you don't get the great sound. That's the only thing that I do like and
you
miss.
Like that AMC theater? What is it?
I like the AMC
4DX.
No, not the 4DX. No. That's the stuff where you're shaking and you have the wind and the water.
What's the one you like?
No. I like the what is it called? I have to look it up. But it's basically like it's like the rumble seats. Like you get the Dolby sound and you get the comfy chair that reclines. Once I'm in the theater, I'm great. I feel good, but it's just getting in there is like, I don't know what happens. It's like, it just doesn't want to happen. But what are those seats called? AMC comfy seats.
AMC comfy seats. We know which theater it is when we book Century City. So
yeah, it's like Theater 13. Yeah, they're like power recline. They have a special name.
They're comfy. They're nice. We also went to what was the one in Glendale that we went to that has like the comfy seats and they bring the food to you?
The look. Also, now they have food, but is that food really good? No. It is like from Costco. Most of the food that you buy
from Costco.
Yes,
that's
it is.
harsh.
It's not that good.
It's better than
harsh. No,
it's better than that. Makes it sound like it's a 99-cent hot dog.
It kind of is sometimes. Like, I'm sorry.
I disagree. I think the food is more like TGI Fridays.
Now, okay, yeah, there you go. The food is edible, but for the price is not what you're paying for.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
You're paying the price you're paying is for them to bring it to your seat. Yeah.
Fancy Costco food with a little bit of extra. That's what you're paying for. Like you could buy all those ingredients. They buy their ingredients at Costco and then they make it. That's what it is. It's not like
that's what you think. Okay.
No, I know it. I know it.
You've done it. You've sneaked in. You've looked.
I can read there. I smell the food.
I smell the Kirkland on these nachos.
It's Kirkland. It really is. 1,000%. Okay, wait. So Major Spoiler says we have an AMC Classic, which means the theater hasn't been since the first. And so if you don't have good seats, that's another thing. Like the old rickety seats, if they're not changing that, that's just not comfortable. Like Okay, Shane says.
Yes, see, we have a Cinnabar near us, and it's basically a limited Applebee's. Yeah, that feels right. That feels like the right comparison. Definitely.
Limited. It's not even full on Applebee's. It's limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
So
anyway,
Samdal-ri is a feel good. So I'm just trying to get us back to because I want to talk about Nana Tour. So let's Samdal-ri is a fun like small town, small town values and community prevail over big city evil. But at the very end, they do but the city's okay too. We don't want to offend all the city people. It's just kind of funny. The other thing we've been watching is Nana Tour, which you have to buy, right? That you can't stream that for free.
Correct. I'm trying to hold on. I am not logged in.
PD Na, if anybody knows, is the game caterers guy. If you've ever look up game caterers, it's a reality game show thing where they play games. They often have celebrity guests, and it's fun. PD Na knows exactly how to make a fun variety show, game show kind of thing. So look that up. That's worth watching. And he has a series where he hijacks people when they don't know it's happening. It's called something, and now I'm blanking on what it's called.
It's almost called Boys Over Flowers.
Is it called Boys Over Flowers?
No, but it's something like that.
Boys Without Flowers? Yeah. It's something like that. But he's got a series, and so he sometimes will do collaborations with K-pop groups. So he's done one with BTS, for example. He did a whole collaboration with the label Hybe, where he hosted a picnic and played games with them. And he did one with the group 17, and he gave them a prize where they could pick something for him to do, thinking they're going to make me do a dance challenge or something like that, which I think they ended up also doing. But one of the teams that won said, we want to be in the Boys Over Flowers show. We want to be hijacked without knowing it and taken somewhere and put through the ringer like you do with other guests. And you could see him live go I don't know if we could promise that. That's a lot of moving parts. We have to get your label on board. You have to fit it in your schedule. But they made it happen. And they clearly made it happen in a way that the members of 17 did not know it was going to happen. They did fake schedules and really fooled them so that at 5 a.m. one day, the folks show up and they're like, we're taking you to Italy. And they're like, we can't go to Italy. We have all these schedules. Surprise, your schedules were fake. We planned this with your manager. Nobody else knew. Even the CEO of their label didn't know. And so they took them to Italy. It's called Nana Tour because it's not exactly as grueling as his regular show. They actually do some more relaxing, fun things, I think, to kind of make it less hard to interrupt the schedule of we'll actually give them a bit of a break. But it's fun. So you're seeing them play games, but also tour around Italy. So it's kind of part travelogue, part variety show.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to log in. So keep talking.
What are you trying? Are you trying to log into Weverse?
Yes, because it won't let. I was trying to show Chrome and it wouldn't let me do it. So the Streamyard.
Okay, so we might have to stop down to do troubleshooting. You can't show Chrome?
No. I couldn't show Safari. I had.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah,
I had Nana Tour on Safari, and then I forgot.
Well, you should be able to show Safari. Did it not show up?
Never mind. I'm not going to try and.
It didn't show up as a window, huh? Oh, probably because it just doesn't like Safari. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. So there it is. Here's 17, and I am a member of their community. This is not all the members. There are 13 members of a group called 17. I don't even want to describe why, but
well, it's easy.
Yeah.
There are 13 members, and then there are 3 performance teams. That brings you to 16, and then there's the fans. That's 17.
I'm gonna just go to us real quick and then find the show. But yes, Nana Tour is actually named after PD Na. Nana, it's his
Na Young Suk is his name. Game Caterers airs on TVN, and you can find full episodes on YouTube on the channel Full Moon. It's fun. They do the famous people quiz where they like show you a picture and you have to guess. You have to say who it is, which sounds super easy, but then when you have a string of like 6 people and they all have to do it in order and nobody fail. Scream in Silence was one that was on the most recent episode. That's where 2 players face each other wearing headphones, playing loud music so they can't hear each other, and they have to one person can see a clue and the other person can't, and you have to mouth words that aren't the actual clue. You can't say the actual word, but mouth words that the other person has to lip read in order to guess what the clue is. Korean only ping pong is a game where you cannot use borrowed words. There's a lot of borrowed words, borrowed English words in Korean, and other words, but mostly English words. Let's see. Word relay. Each player gets 3 seconds to answer. The game continues until a player is stumped.
Sorry. Could you hear that? Could you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. Oh. But we don't want to show too much video of this, or we'll get like. No,
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just trying to find a good like stopping place.
Yeah.
But anyway, these are the members right here. And that's
so imagine like these fun little variety show games that are fun to see these folks play, because PD now is really good at putting these games together. And then they go on like a winery tour or visit an amazing restaurant, or, you know, go to a gelato place. And so it's a good combo.
That's Nana Tour. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Explaining
it.
I don't
surprised?
know that No, I'm not. I was like trying to do the tech thing.
Yeah.
This will be interesting for me to do this when I don't really know it that well, and then talk to Sarah. So
yeah.
Oh, it'll be a good practice. Tomorrow at around 2 p.m. we're going to do a workshop, and we're just going to be talking about stuff. It's not a real show. It's just us talking about the show and what it could be. And so
brainstorm. Yeah, you need people's ideas.
Brainstorm. It'll be really good for me to work through StreamYard and kind of
get folks in the chat to be like, oh, this is what we want. You know, we get plenty of this from other shows. We want you all to tell us this. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah. So that's tomorrow. But yeah,
do you think
Nana Tour is really fun? Mm-hmm.
Do you think Nana Tour is fun for anyone who doesn't know 17 though?
I don't think so. I don't know, because you won't care. I think it's cool I want to see Italy, because they do some beautiful shots. They go on a hot air balloon tour.
Yeah.
They show you a lot of Rome, and now they're in Florence, Tuscany. So if you like it for that, and if you just like watching variety shows, but I mean, when I watch variety shows like Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that, I also don't care if I don't know the people.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
It's fun. It's fun to watch some of the games, but I'm not as invested unless like it's Taylor Swift playing the game. Like I'm like, oh, this is cool. Let me see her. But if I don't know the singer or actress, I guess it's just got to be funny, but I won't necessarily seek to watch it, if that makes sense. And
yeah, it does.
We know 17 by now, and at least as good as we can. And so there's an extra special, and we're still learning about them. I'm still learning. I consider myself what the fandom of 17 is called. They're called carrots. And I myself am a baby carrot. And what that means is that you're just new to the fandom, you know, and I am a baby carrot, even though I've known them and I've seen them in concert. I've known them for about 1.5 years now, but I don't consume all their content all the time to really know. And they've been around since 2015 to really know them. Whereas with BTS, I think I'm not a baby army anymore. I think I haven't been for 1 year. And I'm proud of that, by the way, because I know the members of BTS very well. And I've seen, going back in the day, a lot, like I would say 80% of their content I've seen. There's quite a bit I haven't seen, but I just don't know if I'm ever going to get to it. We'll see. And not that I don't want to, but I am trying to learn about 17. I'm watching K-dramas and stuff like that. So
if Nana Tour was free, I'd say try it out, even if you're not a 17 fan, because you have to pay I wouldn't pay for it until I would wait for it to be free. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are paying for a version that gives us like 2 hours of content. On YouTube, you'll be able to watch this eventually. But it'll only be an hour per episode. It'll be the episode that aired on broadcast.
If you pay, you get more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a broadcast version, and then there's I don't know if you said this already, and there's a paid version which we pay for, and we just get so much more. But wait for it to be on YouTube, and then see if you like it, because it's just fun to see them experience Italy for the first time, and then playing. Although I have to say the games are to me and them getting rowdy and betraying each other for
that's the most fun stuff.
So basically, whenever they play these games, it's funny to watch these K-pop groups, like they're betraying each other in jest, betraying each other for €1,000, or like a coupon at a restaurant. Because they don't €1,000
is a lot of money. A coupon at a restaurant is where it gets really funny.
Here's the thing: I don't know if you mentioned, but because I was too busy with StreamYard, they they can't use their phones.
Oh no, I didn't mention the restriction. Yeah, when they got captured. Yeah. Tell them about the restrictions. When they got captured, they really got captured.
They don't have all their luggage.
They were not allowed to bring bags.
They're not allowed to bring bags. They could only bring what they could carry on their person. And so the clothes that they have and anything in their pockets they could bring, and that's it. And then when they get to Italy, they're given these T-shirts with their names on them, and that's like the fresh clothes they could wear, and they can wash their other clothes. And then they only have an allowance of X amount of money. And one of the members, let me show here. Can I switch this? One of the members, Dino, is
the youngest member.
The youngest member right here. Oh, can you see it? Wait. Can you see me hover right here? This man here, Dino.
Episode 4, official trailer right there. Yeah.
He is the bank manager. So he holds all of their money and distributes the money and knows how much money they have left. So he has to kind of decide, should I give you this money to pay for these sneakers? Because that means we're going to be down $60 and we still have to eat. You know what I mean? They don't have that much money. So getting €1,000 was important, because then they're going to have money to buy a trinket or eat, and so they don't just get to live like pop stars on the road. They are literally camping in a way, or what do you call it, hostel in a way, but they're not really in a hostel, because look how beautiful this kitchen is, right? It's gorgeous. Anyways, there's restrictions to this, so it's not just we're a bunch of K-pop and we'll artists and we'll be taken care of by our agency, which is the normal, right? No, they have to wear the clothes that they have.
They get the clothes they flew in on. They get the T-shirt and a hoodie, and then anything they buy. So a bunch of them went to a souvenir shop and bought cheap shirts and pants and underwear to give to everybody.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. They had to buy underwear and stuff otherwise they would just,
because there's laundry. They can go wash stuff, but yeah.
So anyway, so that's not a tour.
That's not a tour. Well, anything else? Should we wrap up? Are we good?
I think we should wrap up.
Have you gotten enough practice?
I think I've gotten enough practice for tomorrow. So Sarah's not Eileen, you didn't figure this out.
You have no idea what you're doing, do you?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
You should get in touch with Joe in the morning tomorrow and set up a time to run through stuff too.
Yeah, or he'll see this and go, "Oh God, I can't believe she didn't know that. I better tell her."
All right. Well then, we shall say adieu. Thanks to everybody watching live. We had a good 40 people or so hanging out and chatting. Appreciate that. And anybody watching this later, let us know in the comments. What more would you like us to do on this show? I think we could do less explaining and more discussing. That's my takeaway for the next time. What about you?
I don't know. Tell me. I feel like I'm new to this, so I don't really know what the audience knows and what they don't know and what they need. So I'm just talking.
Yeah.
And I'm learning StreamYard, so I'm
exactly.
What? How
does
this work?
A little different.
Oh, thank you, Wobbit Magic. I'm looking forward to the real show too. Tomorrow's just a workshop, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Texas. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll try to do whatever we want.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye. I will end the stream.
You press the end stream.
I press the red button that says end stream,
the big
right?
red button.
Bye,
the candy colored button.